He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
So that's really convoluted, I guess. So Mortimer was working with her, but he was in a different body. I assumed that he entered Lord Mortimer's body at the Crusades, but he didn't. So then how are all the deeds in the same hand? I guess they'd mean not the same literal hand signed the deeds, but, you know, the same hand writing, because it's the same demon. Okay, so he's been changing bodies. I guess the bodies age normally. Did she cave?
And you accepted.
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
Let's insist. Oh, is she immune to questioning? No idea. Right, let's ask.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchert's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing.
So she came here to sell the book. Well, she came here because she thought von Borchert was going to sell the book to a middleman, not realising that he was in fact going to sell it directly to Mortimer. I'm not quite sure I understand, because this was in Mortimer's conference. She was invited by Mortimer. So did she not realise Mortimer was Mortimer? Like, she thought Lord Mortimer was just a lord. And then she gets here, she's like, oh, this Lord Mortimer is actually the demon Lord Mortimer. And then as soon as she realised, she was like, oh dear. Okay.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Oh, dude, don't give me that.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
So I do actually think that's a legitimate plot hole in the game, because she shot Emma directly in the chest, and then when we saw her, she had no kinds of wounds or marks on her chest. Unless, you know, I guess the game could say she took it in like a shot in the stomach, so it's covered by a dress maybe, which would have made, if we had slept together, awkward, because she would have had to have stayed. I don't know. Anyway, right, we don't have the points to spare, so that's not hugely important.
You're not getting away with it so lightly. Once we get back to Paris, be sure I won't be letting it go.
We'll see in Paris then.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
Would she know what happened with Elizabeth Adams? She was in her room. I want to know.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
So she was being possessed. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
Okay.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
You know, I found your package under a wharf plank.
As a matter of fact, I needed it yesterday. I wasn't expecting anyone to take it.
Whoops.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Has she had an earring ripped out? Next time the camera looks at her, look at her left ear. I feel like she's had an earring ripped out.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that, I shall show you.
No, I don't want to know. Alright, I think that's everything.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
So she's against Mortimer as well? Well, I mean,
Are you
obviously,
going
I
to tell me
guess.
why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.
Okay, so that's the end of Face to Face. I managed to go through Napoleon's room without leaving a trace. I protected one of the twins, and I went to see the crowd outside Lady Hillsborough's room. We didn't fail anything, but we've got a few alternative paths. What I do like is it doesn't tell you if you have the correct sister or not. I think that's a nice touch. We could have learned something about the Al-Azif. Okay, could have spoken with Piaggi about his motives. And I could have been a witness of Napoleon Bonaparte's resolution. I guess all of those paths are just, I guess it can, you know, instead of going straight to the crypt to find Mother, you went and spoke to them individually. Because those are all the people that were outside the room. I'm guessing the Al-Azif is to do with Duke Manuel. Okay, so there we go.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think I'm capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
So these are the 5 things we need. Is there any point asking any questions? I guess we can always come back. Is there any other questions? A military? Nah. I think we're just gonna go for it.
Before you go, be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them, though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
6466. Do I need to write that down? I did. Where is the actual book? The Al-Azith? The Al-Azith? Like, is it on the island? We had it at the start of the game, so I guess the mum... Did she bring it to the island? I'm guessing so. Okay, well, we've been sent on a little bit of a treasure hunt, so we're going to try and speed through it as much as possible. So, there's only actually 3 books here we can read. So we've got questioning, agility, and more questioning. And yeah, we're gonna just go straight away and go and find these objects. Jesus, that's grim. That's I can see the polygons as well. That's oh, what was that? So that's the cross we need.
Great, honey.
Okay, is there any more in here? I like that they're making, you know, the plot holes part of the actual story. You know, so it's like, and realistically they would bring assistance and they would leave, so instead they write into the story a reason why they wouldn't.
Famous cross of Clement III.
Wait, did we find it already?
And 1 key found.
No way. Is it my mother's cross? Must be, it's the only thing we have. Huh. So she dropped it here when she must have sat down on the bench. Oh, so it pays off to look around, I guess. So we've got 4... Well, we had 5 things we needed to find on a treasure hunt. But now we've only got 4, so we need the Bible, the nails, the sphere, and the... Oh, God, the Agassiz. I remember seeing the nails in Mortimer's study, so we'll have to head up there. But the sphere, the Bible, and... maybe the... well, it's got to be in the hidden room, surely. Alright, let's make our way out of the maze. Is there anyone in here? No? Okay. So potentially there's going to be something here.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Is that the sphere?
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings. Now, where can I find a smaller one?
Okay, so we need a smaller version of that.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either
It's
ear.
amber.
A fragment
Nice.
of amber.
Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
Okay, well, I reckon there's probably something behind the study, so...
The sword toward the Gorgon. That's good. It's in the right place. That statue is not positioned correctly.
Open sesame.
First try.
So that's Pandora's box?
Or
An
the urn?
Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder
Oh,
why.
Please give me an option
So,
to open it.
I did well not to touch it.
Please. Please give me an option to open it. No, come on, I would have done it. Okay, moving on. Is that the Exorcist or the Bible? Oh, that must be... Oh, yeah, I remember. That's the Bible.
So that's the exegesis of Judas.
Oh, maybe not.
I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Okay, so that's another one down. Was there something here?
Caesar's laurel wreath. If Mortimer really is what my mother says he is, given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur.
I reckon it is. You look at the way the sword's built. Very, very European. Very English. Well, in my amateurish opinion.
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
Okay, well, I guess there's only one artifact, like, per location.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Oh, there's going to 100% be someone on the other side. Nope. Okay, well, we know the nails are in Mortimer's other study. Let's go this way. It's the other way from where we came. Where would the armory sphere in the Bible be? In the library, maybe? Okay, let's have a look around.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Okay, well, no books in there. Oh, I've never come through this way from this angle before. I remember the first time I had the treasure hunt and I thought, oh my god, that's just a way to pad the game out. That sucks. Boring. But no, it's actually relatively easy if you think about where you've seen the artifacts before. Okay, anything... Well, we haven't seen any other guests yet, actually. I guess they're mostly in bed. It would be so cool to own your own island. Okay, nothing in here, so let's move on. God, the Bible and the sphere, I have no idea where those could be. Maybe one's in the storage room?
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Is that Manuel? Well, I think I'm going to make more of an effort to talk to them because there's been a few times now where it's like alternative path you could have taken and, you know, it would have been if I spoke to them. So let's have a conversation. Let's remember what Mother said, though. Let's not give him any information.
Ah, Doriche. Congratulations for your efforts with Washington. I see that Sir Gregory did well to trust you. What can I do for you?
I'm dreaming. My mother was right. He's not going to tell me one word about what happened to Emily.
To tell you the truth, I'm in search of an armillary sphere.
Don't tell
You
him
wouldn't
that.
know where I can find it, would you?
Well, well. So you too have a passion for astronomy. Von Wollner has already bored me quite enough with all of his endless stories. You ought to concentrate, Louis. Politics is an art that requires all one's attention. Refrain from spreading yourself too thin, and leave stargazing to the poets.
What can I say? I'm only...
Ask Wollner. I am sure he must have it among his effects.
Perfect.
Thank you, my Lord Duke.
Leave me now.
See you later.
Oh, what's the bet the Bible's in Piaggi's room? Oh, what's that? Is that a coin? Nice. Is there a way to know how many we're missing? We got 14. Doesn't say how many there are. Okay, what was through here again? The lounge type area. It's not going to be in there, so I guess we'll try Piaggi's room for the Bible. I decided not to follow Mortimer because Peru warned me against it, and I guess now our mother is saying he's a demon. So, well, while we're here, we might as well go up here. So I guess that confirms it, and it would make sense for him to be dealing with all the deeds. So, yeah, I'm kind of starting to believe Mother. So he's a demon. Let's not do what he says. At the same time, though, I don't know. It's a lot to take in, man. Alright, any Bibles, anyone? He still hasn't asked me about the dead bird, so, whoops. Okay, what was the code? 1911?
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Ah, that's close. And the reverse code is 6646? Or 6466. Something like that.
Of course.
Okay, so we need... I wonder what happens if you get locked in. So we need the nails.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for.
Oh, so we took all three. Okay. What the hell is that?
How could Mortimer have locked in there?
Is that an Iron Maiden? Jesus. Alright, well, let's not stay in here too long. We've got what we came for.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Okay, we need a Bible and a sphere, and I reckon I know where to find them.
It's locked.
I want to know what happens if you forget this.
All right, come on. Let's get out of here. 6466.
Okay,
if I
it tells
remember
you.
correctly.
Okay. All right, to the rooms. Should we try and go into Emily's room, see if she's
Sir
alright?
Johann von
Oh, we need
Wollner.
to go in his room, actually. Wonder what they do with all the bodies. Like, you've got Lady Adams, you've got Peru, you've got the sister. That's 3 dead bodies. I hope they have a morgue. Alright, let's see if we can steal. Surely most of them would be in their beds right about now. It's night time, for Christ's sake. Oh, here it is.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't
I don't know how he's going to
realize it
fit
right
that in his
away.
pocket, I'll be honest. Right, is he in here? I want to talk to him. Where are they all? So far, we've only found Duke Manuel. Or is it Duke Godoy? Manuel Godoy? But the others aren't. None of them are in their rooms. Where the hell are they? There's only like one place we haven't searched, and that was the small, like the lounge area, and I doubt they're all in there. Hang on, whose room was this? Oh, this would be. Is this the Adams room? Oh, they cleaned the rug though. I was kind of hoping she'd tell us why she was in her room, because we found a bit of fabric from her dress in there. And it was really kind of, you know, it's like a massive red herring, I think.
President George Washington.
I just want to check all the guest rooms and see where everyone is, to be honest. No one's here. Where is everyone, man? This is Piaggi's room. We need to go in here. There's probably a Bible in here somewhere. We're just stealing everything. That's all this chapter is. It's just stealing.